Hey guys, so I wanted to film another follow-up video and I titled this video The Lurking Beast because that's the best way I can describe how this goes. So I've been filming a lot of videos lately about how I'm recovering and how I'm 80% better and I am. I still don't take that back or want to change that because it's true, but on Saturday, so a couple days ago, I was hit with a wave and I don't feel like I had any specific trigger other than my menstrual cycle. And I know that a lot of women have experienced that worsening of symptoms around that time when they get their period. And I feel like that's what happened here. But it's humbling, or you could say degrading or demoralizing, maybe is a stronger, better way to describe it, because everything just kind of came flooding back. And, that feeling of restlessness through the body, just like I just was squirming in my legs and my muscles, it's always on the left side for whatever reason for me, just jerking, and it pulls my neck in, and it almost pulls it actually this way. It's hard to do when it's not actually happening because it just does it involuntarily. It goes like this, and sometimes it gets violent, like where it like throws my whole arm, like that's what it was doing last night, and then it pulls my neck kind of like this and it just gets stuck. So that was happening over and over, and I was bawling my eyes out, and my poor little baby was sitting beside me, and I think it scares her and I feel so guilty, but there's nothing that I can do about it, and she's too young to understand. Like, I'm not able to explain it to her, and I was tempted to film it, but I didn't, and I don't, maybe I should, I don't know. I just am scared to for a few different reasons. But maybe I should, just so people can see, because I do have that 90-second short that I have on YouTube that does show some of that, but it was worse last night than what I have filmed in that short. So, and it always all goes together. So I had, the jerking, the pulling, and then just pain, like just so much pain in my body and just burning, head to toe burning. And I had a tingling head, and like it tingles, and then it goes into my face, and it feels like it's always on half, I don't know why, and just like this intense like static feeling and tingling like pins and needles all through what feels like my brain and my face. And I get severe pain in my face, my head. It feels like my head's being crushed, and ears ringing, mind looping, not stopping. I don't even want to get into what it loops about. It's so bad. And like I said, the pulling of the neck and the jerking muscles, and just the feeling like I can't stand this feeling in my body, and just kicking my legs and squirming, and it's just awful. So that's what I was experiencing yesterday. Maybe I should film it. I don't know. What do you think? It scares me to put that out in public, the severity of it, because A, I don't want to scare anyone, and B, I don't want anyone to think that. I mean, I used to have comments on my old YouTube channel where people said, I was just mentally ill, and it's all psychiatric and psychological, and that's not true. And I know that's not true. Like, I have a diagnosis from a GP and a neurologist. It's not, because when I'm in a window and I don't have the physical symptoms, my mind is normal. Like, my mind is just at rest. But as soon as everything ramps up in my body, my mind just starts doing stuff on its own. And it used to be constant, and now it's only in a wave. And so, but it's just demoralizing. Like, tomorrow I'll be 25 months drug free after a reinstatement that I only did for 3 months. Like, how does that even happen? And how does that last so long? And it infuriates me when people claim that their medications are their happy chemicals. They're their store-bought happy chemicals. And I'm like, a 5-year-old logic would say, this is something that is supposed to make you feel happier, yet read the black box warnings. Does that sound like something a happy person would experience? And not only that, but when you come off and you have all of these symptoms and you feel worse than you've ever felt, and they call it a withdrawal reaction, going back on and increasing those happy chemicals should make you feel better. And in so many cases, it makes people 1,000 times worse. That's not logical to me. So I'm convinced that nobody should ever take these. medications. Even though I know that genetically, like I have members of my family who can take them and come off them cold turkey and be completely fine. So obviously that is the case for some people, or even many people. But it didn't do those people any good in the first place. Like it didn't actually improve their symptoms or whatever they were dealing with. So none of it makes sense to me. So yeah, it's frustrating and it makes me sad. I cried a lot yesterday, even though I know it's part of the process. But when you go through a 2-week window where you feel completely fine, and then it just hits you again. It's the lurking beast. It's always there in the background, and I question it when I'm in a wave like this. Like, does this ever really go away? Will there ever come a time where I can handle stress and whatever I decide to drink, like a Coke or a coffee, and nothing comes back? Or, get my period. I shouldn't even say the Coke and coffee because I don't really feel like I have food triggers anymore, but like stress and hormones seem to affect me. That's what puts me into a wave now, it seems, after 25 months. And it's just like, how long is this going to last? And just the feeling of out of control is the worst. Because even with, my chronic diseases, type 1 diabetes for 25 years and celiac disease for 12 now, I think it's 11 or 12. 11 actually, I think. You feel like you have a sense of control there somewhat. Diabetes can have a mind of its own and is also affected by hormones. Interestingly enough, people's blood sugars tend to bottom out, go low constantly when they are going through their menstrual period. So that's kind of interesting. I wanted to mention that. So hormones are not benign. They're not something that's just like, I just get, my hormones are changing, but it's no big deal. It is a big deal. It does affect a lot of systems in the body. And then the celiac disease, both of those diseases are still unfair because I didn't do anything to bring them on, but you feel like you have a sense of control at least. You take insulin, you manage your blood sugars, you eat the right things and you exercise and you're okay. Celiac disease, you avoid gluten, you're fine. But this is like, you just feel like, it's no wonder people have so much trauma, because you don't know what's going to strike at any moment, even years after. You still have to be careful, and you still have to, or you can be as careful as you want to be and you'll still get hit. So it's demoralizing, it's frustrating, and it tests your strength on every level. So I'm at like about 48 hours into this wave. I'm hoping and praying it doesn't last very long, but it's just like, oh yeah. I actually was talking to a woman yesterday that had reached out to me and had seen my videos, and she sent me a symptom list that she has, and it just made me cry, because not only do I just hate what is happening to people, pretty much every day now I get messages, almost every day now, from people going through this, and it angers me and saddens me for how, these perfectly healthy, fine people are going through the worst torture of their lives and want to know that they're going to be okay. But I was also crying tears of joy because I realized, reading that list, we were talking and we both realized that how similar we are, or we were, because I don't experience a lot of that anymore. But just knowing that, and just being so grateful that, you do get better over time, but it's frustrating because the timeline is so different for everyone, and the recovery process is so different for everyone. And yeah, it's just, it makes me sad for the world and for the people going through this, and just that it's happening more and more and more frequently. And yeah, but that's kind of besides the point. But I just wanted to share that it's still, even for me, like with all these videos I make, and I have people who have been following me for so long, and because I started making videos in 2019 when I was only a year off, and then I deleted my channel because I had some lurkers comment, oh, you're just mentally unwell, or you are psychologically unwell, this is all in your head. But which I know is ridiculous, because I have diagnoses from my GP, from my neurologist. I know, and I only really have now the mental symptoms when my body's in distress. When I get that, the vibrations and the restlessness and the burning and the ear ringing, that's when the mental starts up. So I know it's all connected. It's all nervous system overactivity and dysfunction. It's not, oh, I just suddenly developed mental illness. You know, it just, yeah, I know that at a gut level, but that's another reason why I hesitate to film when I'm in such distress, because I just don't want, not because I don't really get as offended anymore if people want to say, oh, you're just psycho or whatever, but I still get afraid for people to see that and think that I just, well, not only, sorry, I'm kind of getting off track here, but I just want people, I want these videos to spread hope now. And I'm not denying my symptoms and I'm not ashamed of them, but I'm moving past that where I live in symptoms day and night, all day long, like I did for years, and I'm coming out the other side. So I want to make other side videos, because most people that are seeking out these videos and seeking help are in the thick of it. So, I mean, you know what the symptoms look like, you know, unless you want to see them. I don't really know, but I just get scared of, you know, what people see and what people might think, or I don't know. But yeah, so hoping this wave doesn't last too long. But again, the beast always seems to be lurking and it sucks. So let me know how you guys are doing. I plan to make more videos reacting to the comments that I get, because I can't personally message people on YouTube and they can't message me. So that's why I leave contact information in the description of other ways you can reach me. But I also think it's important for me to make videos based on what people are asking. So if you have a specific request that you want me to talk about, let me know and I will read the comments and make a video. If it's something that I've been through and what I can comment on, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.